The following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy. Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy.
It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world. I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome into another edition of The Wild Side with Eric Clark. I'm your not at all humble host, Eric Clark, saying thanks, man, for taking time out of your busy day to give my video a watch and a listen. If you like it, like it. If you think other people are going to like it, give it a share. Make sure you're following me on social media platforms and make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. And that way, if there's a tune, a band, a song, something you want me to check out, leave it in the comment section below or hit me up with a DM. If you are going to leave it in the comments below, as I always say, just read through. If somebody's already made your suggestion, leave a like on theirs and below comment with I concur. My old DJ burnout resin-coated brain, it's easier for me to organize things into a request list than seeing the hodgepodge of suggestions and being hit with redundancy. And I appreciate everybody who's been doing that. I laugh every time I see it. So thank you to everyone who's been participating with the I concur barrage. I love it. I really do. And I chuckle every time. I also want to thank Aspen Dental, Connect 200, and Music 2C. They are those that power the Wild Side with Eric Clark. Without them, I wouldn't be here, so I can't thank him enough, so I try to thank him every chance I get. I want to thank everybody who's been helping me out with name pronunciations, bands' histories, cultures, geography, all that other stuff. Today, we're going to go back into the Nightwish well. I did a reaction to Noise from the album Human Nature, and somebody made a comment about how I may as well just go from one track into the next because of the concept album that Tuomas Holopainen, I think I got it right, had put together. So today we're going to check out track 3. When I did Noise, that was a track about terrestrial. It was a track about living on Earth and being in the culture that we're currently in. Today we're going to check out a song called Shoemaker, which is about Eugene Shoemaker, who was one of the first planetary geologists to understand that the craters on the moon were created by meteors, asteroids, etc. Discovered an asteroid that hit Jupiter in 94, I believe. So today we're going to go out in space. We're going to leave Earth and we're going to go out in space, and we're checking out a song, Shoemaker, and this is cut 3, so we're just going from one right into the other. Let's see how Tuomas describes space. I just got to pause this here for a second. I read somewhere that Floor Jansen said this was one of the more difficult songs she was asked to sing, and I can see that because this is like the meter that she's singing in, the cadence that she's singing in is very reminiscent of like iambic pentameter when you're trying to read Shakespeare. The patter that you have to be able to understand to read it effectively can be a little bit tricky. So I understand why she would think this would be one of the more difficult, lyrically, one of the more difficult, not difficult, but, you know, kind of threw a little curveball in there from Tuomas. It reminds me a lot, the way, the cadence and the way that she's singing in that meter, it reminds me a lot of Incubus, Pardon Me. The way that cadence goes in that song, it's very similar to what I'm hearing here. I'm assuming this is about the moon. I'm assuming it is. I'm probably wrong.
We
I am wrong. I think it's just about space in general, because I'm getting the imagery in my head through the lyrics and the music of just kind of lying on a field or a hill somewhere and just staring out into the endlessness of space and wondering about all of the history and the time and what's happened in that time in that space is just really overwhelming. So I'm getting that from there about how you feel that way looking out into that void, how it can make you feel a little overwhelmed with insignificance. Like I said, I'm probably wrong, though. I'm super baked. I mean, but think about that, though. The human condition that we have to where up until 1969, how many people, very smart people, would just sit and look at the moon and think, I want to go there. How do I get there? Like, the concept of that thought process is so human. I don't know if like a dog or a bird or a snake has ever seen the moon and thought, I want to get there. I want to see what's out there. It's weird how humans see something like that and say, I want to go check that out. And then you try to figure out why the world has been conquered and discovered and explored our planet Earth has been. Think about that. You know, how long can you sit on a continent, look out into an ocean and say, what's out there? Same thing. You're lying on a hilltop looking out into space and wondering, I want to go out there. It's just... I'm probably wrong. I like that subtle tone in the background I'm hearing right here. It's this one constant note that's just fluctuating a little bit right there, right below the surface. It's really cool how that's being played throughout this up and down, this rigid Kai machine gun drumming, that depth and thickness and width of the music. While all along there's this one subtle little tone running through the entire thing. It's really super cool. It's like a Where's Waldo of awesome metal tone. Oh, that is super cool how that's like I dig that. You're going to hear this one tone that maintains just a little bit of fluctuation in the midst of that maelstrom. It's really awesome. That's nice. That's a cool little hidden detail. I like that. Yeah, that's an impending tone right there. That is a deep tone that's running through this segment of the song. It's really addictive right there. Really addictive. It's almost like a choral howling that you it's hard. Am I the only one that can't be the only one that hears that, right? Yeah. Oh my God, that's Empu's guitar. I almost swore. That's that's really cool how he's threaded that guitar in there. It goes from Tuomas's keyboards into Empu's guitar so seamlessly. That tone, it sounds like I said, a ghostly howling right there that's running through the very, very right below the dermis of this song here. It's perfect. That was well done. You know, I talked about other videos and how this band is really good about misdirection with key and pitch changes. How when your body is conditioned and your brain is conditioned to hear songs and have this your own predictive AI where the song and the tune and the melody should be going. And they're really good about these slight misdirections that create this off cadence that is really intriguing and very unique. Yeah, it's super cool. It's similar to the way these lyrics are sounding, and the way that she's singing these lyrics is very similar in how a good reggae singer has to sing. It's a different meter. It's a different time signature. It's a different cadence that you're singing in. So I can see where she would be a little, okay, this is going to take a second, but the clarity that she's coming through with this sounds very natural. There's no forcing it. There's no, I'm sure that what we're hearing is her version of I have to get it right to her, although we would never notice it. We would never notice what she was worried about. But that's what makes this band and Floor Jansen so awesome, is that they are self-critical perfectionists. So even though I'm sure that what was on the cutting room floor would be just as epic and just as awesome, to her, she wanted it to feel like we're hearing right here. And this feels it sounds very natural. It's like she could smile while singing this. There's no consternation in her ability to lyrically be clear in her delivery and her cadence. And it's just wonderful how she's able to maintain that. Like I said, it's almost like an iambic pentameter, like like I said, like Shakespeare wrote the song or something. It's really cool. Plus the video is cool too. It is. It's super cool how it takes you on that journey. Okay. I got it. Okay. This is Romeo and Juliet.
And cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine.
Okay.
That all the world will be in love with the night, and pay no worship to the garish.
Oh, this guy's brilliant. Hold on, just give me a second here. I want to make sure I'm catching this correctly.
And he will make the face of heaven so fine.
Someone correct me. This is Tuomas's wife on the spoken word part here? That's what someone said? Because they do projects together? And I can't believe I
when he shall die,
Is that why? Because those lyrics were making me think that... Okay.
take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will precious son.
That take him out and cut him out into little stars, that was triggering my subconscious. That's what it was. So clear. Making my palms sweat. A metal band should not be able to do this, folks. This should. This is no longer metal. Okay? It's not. Great ending. That is a fantastic ending. That right there, I was expecting to see something from like 2001 Space Odyssey. That was grand. That was grandiose in its epicness. That's not a song, man. This is an opus of the universe. This is something bigger than a song, man. That was a good tune. That was a great track right there. And the very ending there of her operatic singing, very thick, very clear, very bright. She's so good with that, man. That's just, like I said, it was making my palms sweat. And I can understand why she would have not difficulty. I would be hard pressed to think that Floor Jansen would have difficulty singing anything, although to her may be completely different. To her, it may be a little bit of a curveball. I could see that. But it was making me, I was getting a lot of sounds alike, you know, as far as like how that is sung. You know, it's like with reggae singers have to sing in a certain meter. And the beginning there at the lyrics, I was catching a little bit of that Incubus, pardon me, that early album of theirs, where a lot of the cadence of the lead singer was similar to that. But I like how in the middle of that song, in that breakdown, that bridge breakdown, how that foreboding tone was going through that bridge, and it went from Tuamas to Empu seamlessly to where you're not really sure where one ends and where one begins, but they kept that tone. I talk all the time about how important tone is. Tone is probably one of the things that most people don't know they're listening for. Like a lot of people don't really understand the tone of certain music. They just like the song, and they're not realizing that it's the tone that's triggering these auditory synapses in your brain. And they have created this tone that is seamless and thick and wide. It was really good. I really dug that. And when it comes to the lyrics and how hard singing something like that would be, it reminds me, I was working in Pensacola, Florida at WRRX, Rock 106, for Cumulus, and I had gotten a production order for a script. If you hand me a script, my radio name was Jake, they would call me One Take Jake. You hand me a script, I'm going to read through it real quick in my head. As long as you're spelling everything correctly, I've been doing this a long time, I should get through this pretty quick. Well, a salesman had handed me a script, and I just kind of glanced at it and went into the production room. And once I started reading it out loud, it's very difficult for folks to understand when you're writing something, a story, something like that, you're writing it to be read in your head. But when you're writing a song or a commercial, you're writing to be read out loud. You're writing a spoken word. So it's two different ways of writing. So you have to be careful with how you structure your lyrics or your words. And this commercial was for the Lillian Tanning Salon in Lillian, Alabama. But the script said the Lillian Tanning Salon in the Lillian Laundromat in the Lillian Shopping Center across the Lillian Bridge in Lillian, Alabama. I had to say that 3 times in 60 seconds. Eventually, I went to the salesperson and said, bro, you got to fix this, man. There's my mouth and my brain can't do that and make it sound good. So I can understand where there would be a little, hold on a second, let me read through this again. Let me go back to my iambic pentameter from English Lit class, and I'll be able to do this. And the lyrics is what made that connection, and also the way. But that was super scary, super weird how my brain is making connections. I don't even know Tuomas. My brain is making connections, and then everything kind of comes to fruition in that one video. That was pretty cool. It's like, you get out of my brain, dude. Get out of my brain. So thank you very much for that suggestion. That was Shoemaker from Human Nature. That is Nightwish. I'll go to cut 5. No, that was cut 3. So I'll be going to cut 4 when I do another Nightwish video. So we'll see how that goes as well. Again, if you have a suggestion, a comment, some help with understanding what was happening here, leave it in the comment section below. But as always, read through. If somebody's already made your suggestion, hit a like and an I concur. Make sure you're following me on all the social media platforms, and make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. Thank you to Aspen Dental, Connect 200, and Music 2C. They are the powers that power the wild side with Eric Clark. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark, and this has been The Wild Side.